I am Jose Villa, President of Census.
All right, Jose, thank you for letting me interview today. I'm Joe Vasquez from South by Southwest Texas State, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the ethnographic study that you were doing. Do you plan to do any quantitative research to validate that?
Yeah, good question. We actually, one of the things we were looking to do, one of the things we do quite a bit with personas is that we actually add a lot of quant elements to them. So we didn't do it for the Hispanic Persona project that's currently live on the research that we put out, but one of the things we're planning on doing as sort of a follow-on is doing some quantitative research in the form of some online surveys to get a little bit more texture on the personas and validate them a little bit more from a quantitative perspective. Obviously, would make it more of a robust tool.
Right. And how did you pick that segmentation?
We didn't pick the segmentation. The beauty of the persona creation process is that the results guided where we ended up. So one of the things we did was sort of do a rough clustering exercise. So it's the way most personas are created. You look at certain motivations and behaviors, and we did 60 interviews, and we looked up where they clustered around what types of motivations and behaviors, and that's essentially how we ended up in the 4 groups that we presented.
I know you mentioned that you did the ethnographic, then you were following them you didn't actually have people following them. Are you going to have that traditional ethnographic study done so that you can expand on that?
So some of the interviewees, roughly about 20 of them, were actually, we did follow their behavior online in terms of sitting down one-on-one with them and observing their online behavior in the form of the sort of conversational, understanding what their typical day looks like, what they do online. So not in terms of following them in the sort of traditional ethnography that you would look at beyond digital behavior, because we were focused on digital behavior. So we did follow a group of them. We would love to actually expand that and follow people outside of just LA, because that's where most of the sort of real life following exercise occur.
Awesome. And last but not least, how did you get into this whole Hispanic segmentation, doing the study on this?
Well, we've been working in the Hispanic marketing space for a long time, and particularly on the Hispanic digital side. So I've always been very interested in understanding how Hispanics behave online, and so personas. Obviously, if you work online, you develop websites, you've come across personas. I think they're very powerful tools, and so we thought it would. I've always felt it would be an interesting exercise to look at Hispanics under that frame or lens of personas. So I've been personally involved in developing personas now for about 7 years. So this was sort of something I always wanted to do. So it's cool to actually get to do it.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome. Thank you.